What I'm going to make now is an SMD LED with two resistors. The reason there's two, the other video showed that I did show the 150 ohm resistor, and it didn't show this 470 ohm here, so it was just one resistor. The reason, and this is kind of what it's going to look like before I solder it together here and before I take the LED out of the package and solder it. But there's three tabs on each side of this diode, three positive and three negative. And you connect, there's actually three individual diodes inside. If you connect up one, it's not as bright, two is brighter, three is very bright. So I'm going to connect all three. You can use just one resistor, but on some games, I use these in the old Bally and I think the old Stearns as well. Sometimes you have flickering LEDs. So to solve that, some people solder a 470 ohm resistor across the socket base outside, under the play field, connecting this terminal from the base to the ground part of the base, and that's fine, but I make these bulbs completely self-contained, so there's no wiring modified to the game. So I put this resistor inside the base, so there'll be two resistors together soldered up to the LED into the base, and you'll see it's very clean, it's very compact, and this is the anti-flickering LED. So let me solder one of these up and you can see a little more what this is going to look like. Okay, this is the two resistors soldered together. Here I put a bend on the two resistors, and they're going to get soldered right across those tabs like so. Okay, I've soldered those two on, and I've clipped off the lead on the 150 ohm resistor, which is soldered to the positive side. I've left the piece of wire on the resistor on the negative side, the 470 ohm resistor, because I'm going to wrap that around and solder that onto the bulb base. Okay, so I'll put this little assembly here in to the base, like so, and then I'm going to bend this lead down and solder it onto this old little solder tab on the base and clip off the lead. Okay, well, the soldering is all done, and I'm going to clip off the lead on the bottom here and take a little file to it and fill it up with some hot glue. Okay, so I've put a little grinder to the end of it to smooth it out, and this is all finished except for the hot glue. And really the hot glue isn't necessary, but it just helps it so you can grab it and twist and push and turn into the sockets and not worrying about anything coming loose, breaking anything so in the socket here. So it's I'll put some hot glue, fill this in, and we'll test it. Well, there it is, finished, and working the bulb, the base, and all the two resistors and all the soldering and everything was just under 5 minutes. So you can do about a dozen per hour. It's not a race, and I'm not ever pressed for time. I'm not doing this to make money and sell, and it's just using up my old bad bases and making bulbs that are going to last many, many years, instead of, in some cases with the incandescent bulbs I've been buying, they've only lasted a day or two. So this has been fun, and these just look outstanding when they're in the game. Here it is in the game. And there it is. These two here are the new LEDs that I've done, and these two here are two incandescent bulbs I'll be getting to shortly. With the naked eye, they look great. There's no glare. With the camera, there's a little bit of glare, but it's the camera. Naked eye, they look great. Hope you enjoy, and you might find this useful if you have the ambition to put your own LEDs together.